All right, what's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. So I wanted to just give you guys a quick recap. Most of you guys were just here on my live commentary video that I just did of the fight between Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna. And overall, it was a pretty dominant performance. I mean, what can I really say? I heard you guys sort of break down. I thought the fight was pretty predictable. Okay. First of all, the fight was at 140. It was not 135. And this is the second fight in a row that Ryan has fought at 140. Okay. I know his name is mixed up with all the fighters at 135. After he beat Javier Fortuna, stops him in the sixth round, he basically mentioned Tank, and he brought him up and said, listen, he feels great at 140. He will not probably fight at 135 unless it's against Tank Davis. He said that he's going to fight Tank next. I don't know how true that is. I know these guys have been going back and forth with the words. But I also know that fighters like to use other fighters' names in order to promote themselves. I don't know if the fight is realistic. I don't know if they actually are engaging in talks and fighting each other in the future. I don't know. All right, but Tank is the only fighter that he mentioned. Devin Haney was there. He was at the fight. Rolly Romero was also there in the crowd. They did interview Devin Haney. Don't really know what's going to happen. Of course, we're just still waiting to see what happens between him and George Camboso, so they're going to have the rematch or not. But overall, Ryan Garcia, I did see some improvements in the fight. Many of us just wondered if he was going to look better against Javier Fortuna than he did against Luke Campbell. All right. We saw him get knocked down in Luke Campbell by a left hand shot, basically the same punch that Javier Fortuna tried to throw in this fight and tried to land in this fight. And you could tell that Ryan Garcia was ready for it every time. Defensively, Ryan was on point. All right, Javier Fortuna, who looked older, who looked slower, who looked bigger because they fought at 140. He looked like a blown up 140 pounder. Didn't have that same athleticism that we saw in his fights back in 2015. He looked a whole lot slower in this fight. He did connect with a few shots here and there, but most of the time, Ryan did a good job in smothering Javier Fortuna's offense. Anytime Javier Fortuna would try to ambush him and throw a combination, Ryan just pretty much smothered him, tied him up, and that was that. All right, didn't get too many clean shots in there from Javier Fortuna, but the ones that didn't seem to really land flush enough and weren't powerful enough to hurt Ryan in any kind of way. All right, so Ryan did better defensively. Offensively, though, I still want to see more improvements in his offense. Like I just said in the live commentary video I did, I still think that he's I think he doesn't do enough yet. I think he left hooks to death. We know that's his best punch. Just 1-2s. Good combinations, but just want to see him throw off his opponent a little bit more. I was mentioning feints. Let's get some more feints in there. Let's change some levels a little bit. Let's get some more jabs low. He's so tall. He's so upright. He's kind of stiff still. He's very good, but I think his power and his speed makes up for it. I think when he fights the more advanced fighters like a Tank or a Haney or a Loma or whoever else is at 135 or even some of the guys at 140, I think they all give him trouble. At this stage, at this point, Javier Fortuna, a guy that was pretty explosive in his prime, Luke Campbell, who's very good but very safe, not really aggressive enough. Those fights were winnable fights. And they are there to improve him, and they have improved him. But if he's going to really fight a guy like Tank next, I think he needs to do a little bit more. These guys are going to be waiting for the left hook. They're going to be waiting for the 1-2. These guys are more advanced, and I just think that he needs to bring a little bit more. As far as foot positioning, I've seen him still step on the inside with his lead foot at times. I've seen him have a few balance issues at times. It's just that Javier Fortuna just wasn't able to really capitalize on some of the flaws that I've seen with Ryan Garcia. but overall defense was definitely improved. Just the way that he weaved some of the shots, just the way that he kept his right hand up whenever, you know, he was exiting out of an attack. I did see some improvements, but I still don't think anything more than what I thought before this fight. Prior to this fight, I thought that Javier Fortuna was going to last for 5 rounds. He lasted 6. He got dropped 3 times in this fight. I think the first knockdown, he was dropped in the 4th round by a left hook to the body, similar to the Luke Campbell knockout, where Javier Fortuna spit out his mouthpiece. All right, the ref warned him, told him not to do it again, and then the 5th round, Javier Fortuna got knocked down by a left hook up top. Okay, it was in the middle of an exchange between the two. Ryan threw a left, then a right hand, and then followed it up with a left hook, which caught Javier Fortuna clean up top. And then in the final round, he got caught with another left hook up top, I believe, which put him down again. He took a knee down, and then while the ref was counting, he spit out his mouthpiece again, and the ref stood up and waved the fight off, which makes sense. All right, and that was that. All right, so I didn't give any rounds to Javier Fortuna again. I just thought he was just too small, and he's not in his prime, and I just didn't think he really had enough. I know he has power, and I know people believe that Ryan is chinny, but again, this was an opponent that was there to lose, in my opinion. You know, and Javier Fortuna fighting at 140 is also bad because he looks even slower. You know, he looks blown up. He looks very chubby around the stomach area. Just didn't look that good. Not a great top tier win or anything like that. It's just another improvement fight for Ryan Garcia, and that's really all I gotta say about it. You know, again, we just gotta have to wait and see. I don't believe the Tank fight is really gonna happen because I don't think Tank is going to be fighting anyone outside of PBC unless it's really, really worth it. And even though Ryan sort of has a name, and I know Haney has the 4 belts, I don't think Haney fights anyone outside of Kambosos or Lomachenko next. And I think Tank is going to just keep it PBC. I think all these guys throwing names around is just to promote themselves, to be honest. All right. So anyway, that's all I really got to say. Ryan did his thing, proved in the defensive area, looked the same as far as the offense is concerned, but looks full at 140. And I think he's going to stay at 140 unless there's a fight worth coming down to 135 for, which is Tank. And I don't think that's going to happen. That's my opinion, all right? Just got to wait and see. All right, so anyway, it was a great live. Again, thank you, and shout out to everyone that did join the live commentary. It was a quiet, low-key night for us. Thank you for all the people that donated. Welcome to all the new subscribers to the channel. And if you can, hit that thumbs up, smash that like button for me, and I'll see you guys on the next one.